is now.
And you will crush our enemies and cast down those who lead us astray.
The consequences of your actions here are irreversible.
Against all the evil that hell can conjure, we will send unto them only you.
I offer you a gift. Take. It will give you strength. Fear you.
Is going on to the internet, to every beauty out there, to every slayer, and what is going on? I am Joshua Boyle, your boy Tokyo Punch-Out community manager from Bethesda, and I am joined by none other than, wait, I got it the right way, game director of Doom Eternal at id Software, Hugo Martin. How's it going, brother?
How are you?
Good, man.
Good to see you guys. Good.
We are back,
Once again.
back again. Hit it. What do you got?
Can't see myself, so we're gonna wing it because we consolidated it to one monitor to
Yep.
try to make sure that performance is peak this time. We got your
Gotta
guys'
get it.
advice
Yep.
on how to do this correctly.
That's right.
And we should be good. We should be good this time.
All good. That's right. Because it's all about peak performance all the time. Last week, some people in chat might have been surprised to see that, again, we are playing through the entirety of Doom Eternal, the campaign. And we were playing on Hurt Me Plenty up until last week. And then Hugo turned up the heat, turned it up a notch. Again, he's playing on a PC with an inverted controller. And he was like, I think we should do Nightmare. How about that? For a second, you were going crazy. And you were like, let's do Ultra Nightmare. And I was like, this schedule might not work out if we switch to Ultra Nightmare, but you're doing really well. You're doing really well last week on Nightmare. So
we were and dealing with frame rate technical difficulty. We were killing it.
Yeah,
we were killing it. Couple of out of that experience, you know, a couple of changes, rebalances to be made from the game. Effective immediately. All power-ups will be removed from the base campaign. BFGs are going to be removed. What else, Josh? I don't know. We just
no
gotta,
quad,
we
no berserk, no bullshit. Basically,
that's it. We're gonna call that Gen X mode, and it's gonna be awesome. It'll be amazing.
It's coming. When's it coming? I don't know. No one does.
Soon.
It's coming soon. Trademark, of course. What was I thinking? That's the only time frame it could come in.
That's right.
But we don't just play Doom Eternal and hang out and have fun with all you guys on both YouTube and Twitch every single week. But we also, you know, we're doing the work from home thing. It's a pandemic. So how we stay together and we stay glued and connected at the proverbial Slayer hips is we get a little glimpse into some of the goings-ons over there in the Martin household. We have talked through a lot of fun things that you've been working on. You had some Games Workshop stuff going on with the kiddos.
Didn't
How's
make
that
any
going?
progress.
Okay.
Well, as usually the case, the hobby eyes are bigger than the hobby hands. So, you know, you have big expectations around these things, and then you paint like 3 of them, and it just kind of sits there. So, the fortress and my army is moving along slowly. I have to be honest, but then I did get a new car. I need to stop going to the hobby shop because these things. These are so beautiful.
Is that?
Look at that. That's a slot car. Can you believe that? That's a slot car. Look, this is a Ferrari FXX K Evolution. And it's actually spelled like that. I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you really are.
But it really is. This thing, my son picked it out. This is his. And I can't get enough of how these things look. It is so cool. Yeah, and yes, I'm all about it.
I love that like black strip through the middle of it. And every time we show off something new that has to do with the car, I'm always like, so when does the skin go into Doom Eternal? Because the Slayer is the car. You drive the Ferrari, the F14, the whatever analogy you want to make. So it's like the black and white skin. Like just set a date. Yeah. Let's just in your mind just be like, I saw that. I saw that before it was the skin.
I would love to do that, dude. There's so many the Gulf colors, you know, orange and blue, or like there's so many color schemes we could do. Those cars are sick. And then what else is going on? I'm catching up on some movies. You know, doing a little research on some things, and I watched. It's been meaning to watch this for however old this movie is, but Dances with Wolves. I actually finally sat down, which my wife was dying. She's like, why are we watching this? I'm like, I've never seen it before. Watch
I thought you were going to say she's dying because she's like, finally, we get the Kay Costner in this household. It's been too long.
She's just like, how could you have not seen this movie? You know,
that's fair.
But I did. And impressive. Little cringe,
sure.
But still a love letter to that part of the country, which is not too far from where Texas is, a little bit north of us in Dakota. I understand it was filmed, but I do love this part of the country, so I love living in Texas, and it was pretty good. And then I watched a movie that I know you have a a good opinion on is the first Captain America, which was also another movie that slipped through my fingers, and I never got a chance to watch it. Of course, I've seen Winter Soldier, so
Sure,
because
sure, sure.
Winter Soldier, arguably the best in the top 3 Avengers films, I believe. What would you say? Like, if you were to give Josh your top 3 Marvel films,
Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCUs,
in no order.
Okay.
But like, give me your top 3.
I mean, for me, I think it's Black Panther, Endgame. And the spicy hot take is I actually love the first Captain America. And we could talk about why, because I want to get into it, because this is a heated topic, because a lot of people, just like you said, go hard to the paint on Winter Soldier. They love them some Winter Soldier, the second Captain America.
Because it's awesome. It is so good.
It's really good.
Yes.
But I don't know.
But tell us why you think the first one might be as good, if not better.
All right, gather close. The fire is lit. Okay, so this is the stream is now the bonfire. It will keep your entire family warm and safe. Let's get into this. All right, the first Captain America. First of all, it's an origin story, and in an origin story, you can always do the most depth of character development because it's not the situations they get in. It's going from literally zero to hero, and especially in his sense. Go ahead. What do you got?
From ordinary to extraordinary. Yes, keep going.
Boom! Somebody write it down. Okay, chat's already doing it. Okay. Second of all, and this is like one of the biggest things, it's not just that for the rest of the entire series of all of the Avengers stuff and Winter Soldier, that character, Captain America, is like a fish out of water. And that shtick gets so old to me, where I'm just like, I get it. He's from the past. So when he's not a fish out of water, when he's naturally the character he was born to be or destined to be, that's the real meat of it. And the villain in Hugo Weaving, which shout outs to Hugo Weaving in Red Skull, and the whole Hydra thing and all that weird propaganda stuff, I love that stuff. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with like the first Wonder Woman movie. It's like when it's Wonder Woman versus the Nazis, everybody can get behind that. Everybody wants to see that. Whereas when you start branching out from that and doing like whoever just happens to be around at the time for Captain America to beef with, even if it's like inner fighting, I'm just like, it's not as interesting as being like, Red Skull belongs to this world in Hydra, and so does Captain America in this world, and it's like, go at it. It's got all the retro stuff. I don't know. That's my hot take on that. That's why I love it.
Pretty weak villain in Winter Soldier 2. Like, obviously the Winter Soldier himself is amazing, but he's not really the villain. And the guy who becomes the villain, to your point, compared to Hugo Weaving in Hydra, not quite the same. I couldn't agree more. Like, I don't know that I put it just in pure entertainment value above Winter Soldier, but
that's fair.
You really do. But just personal opinion, obviously, it's all subjective. But as a story and how much I cared about the character, I think it is, because you really do care about Captain America. And the way they pulled it off, how he's all skinny and stuff. I mean, I thought it was really awesome. And what's funny is I've seen all the films, and then seeing where I could do this all day, comes from, obviously I knew it was something he had been saying in every film, but you got to hear it for the first time. So directed by Joe Johnston, and for the youngsters out there, Joe Johnston was a superstar. Joe Johnston was the very first concept artist that I ever knew of, him and Ralph McQuarrie.
What?
Joe Johnston did the incredible pen and ink drawings for the original Star Wars. I don't think he was on Star Wars. I think he came on really at the tail end of that, might have had a few designs in the original Star Wars. He's an industrial designer by trade. Then he did all of the coolest stuff in Empire Strikes Back. When you open up an Art of Star Wars and you see those incredible pen drawings, more than likely those were done by Joe Johnston. I mean, Ralph McQuarrie could draw his ass off too. And then on to Return of the Jedi. From what I understand, he then put his career on hold as a superstar concept artist and designer, film designer for all of the biggest projects, to go back to USC, George Lucas's alma mater, and restart his career as a director. He did Rocketeer, and he did
Rocketeer.
He did The Wolfman, which was almost awesome. The Wolfman was almost awesome. Yeah, that was. Oh, I just shook my camera. That was really almost a really awesome movie. But I'm a fan of, like myself, Joe Johnston came from concept art, so big fan. But yeah, I thought that movie was definitely good. So top 3. I like your top 3.
Yeah.
I like your top 3. Endgame has to be there. I mean, there's some good stuff in there, and I really like the original Iron Man. To be honest, I think that's just a, I don't know. It's hard. He's so charming. Like Robert Downey Jr.'s character is just so charming. So, and then what would be the third?
Yeah,
I'm
what do you
gonna
got
get
for
the
the third one? Because part of it too is like before Endgame came out, like thank God Black Panther came when it did, because I feel like I was having, and this is maybe just me personally, because I know some people with the MCU go so hard to the paint that they're like they can't get enough of it. Whereas with me, I was like, all right, Tony Stark is amazing, Robert Downey Jr. is incredible at it, but I was getting a little bit of Marvel fatigue, and then Black Panther felt so fresh, and then Endgame with having the focus being like, who is the villain and Thanos? Because that is always okay. This is the last rant of the MCU for me, but I will do it right here with us together. Tell me how you feel about this. So I was always like with Ultron and all this other stuff, I'm like, if these guys and girls are all such complete badasses, which clearly they are, like whoever comes to F their day up and make it so they all have to combine into the Avengers, I want to know about them. That's the most interesting character in the universe, because like it's just one of them. So like finally with Endgame, we got that. Like you got Thanos' actual story, and like the fact that you know that he has like a motivation and that it isn't just purely like I'm a big evil guy from space. It was like I can get behind this.
A good motivation. I really like. Let me ask you this, just and then we'll get to the video game. I promise.
Okay.
Do you consider Logan part of the Marvel universe, or are we talking about Marvel in the world of like the Avengers, like that?
I think
I guess for argument's sake we should keep it in there, because I'd have to put Logan really high up there, right?
Yeah,
I mean, chat. Like, I'd be curious, chat. Do you think Logan is up there? I think it has to be, right? But my favorite part of Logan, and I think there's just to segue back into Doom, and this is with sincerity, is the girl is. Weapon X is no, she's not Weapon X. What is she?
She's she's the girl from Her Dark Materials. What is her character name in it? Chat.
What is the girl's? The girl has like a code name.
X-23, is that right? Yeah, X-23.
Yes, I think it is.
About 34 Smurfs. You're number one. You're first. Thank you for that.
Yeah, what I love about her is how cool she is. I mean, and that's such a simple way to put it, but like when she walks out in her intro scene and there's all these characters there that all back up away from her, you get the sense to feel how powerful she is. Not unlike, I'll tell you, without question, the scenes in Doom Eternal of him walking down the hallway and the scientists all bugging out and all those scenes. Yeah. Absolutely. I looked at that stuff as reference for sure. Nice. Just how to make a character feel. What you take away from that is you learn a lot about a character in a story by simply how other people react to them. Whether it's the Terminator walking into a bar or, X-23 stepping out and everybody backs away, even though they're holding rifles. Which I thought was so cool. The one thing about Logan that I wish happened.
What is it?
Was there was this line that Professor Xavier said to him about female Wolverines. He said something about a female lion would protect, the male lion or the elder if she had to. So he said something about, being a fierce protector and something to do with the claw in her foot. And at the end, when he's lying there and he's about to get taken out by the evil Wolverine, I was like, dive in front of him, whip out your claws, and reenact that moment. Like, please, like, the filmmakers have to do this. And she protected him, but there wasn't that scene where, like, he's coming in and she dives out in front. I wanted to see that so badly.
That would be rad. It's tough with X-Men stuff, because, like, in Logan, too, it's like, X-Men does so much crazy time travel alt universe stuff these days. Like even in Logan, it's like, I guess Professor X like destroyed half of the world or something, like killed half the people in the world. So you're just like, I don't know where we are, but this is a rad movie. That's all I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with that stuff.
I would be wrong if I didn't give a shout out to my former boss and extraordinary owner of Blur Studios and director extraordinaire, Tim Miller. Who directed Deadpool. I had the opportunity to work with Tim. Yeah, for many years. So he's a cool dude and a talented director. And now my friends, Dave Wilson, he got to do Bloodshot, and Jeff Fowler, other people from Blur. Now he's doing Sonic. So it's the graduating class of Blur, circa 2010. It was a good class. We all owe a lot to that time we spent there at Blur. It was really cool. Like we got together recently. We talk about it that like. that was an awesome time to be at that studio.
And I love how we could just be like, what movie did you watch this weekend? And also, how did you know the director? Okay, start with the movie and then we'll get I love that, dude. That's awesome. And it reminds me of like, remember in the good old days of like the late 90s and early 2000s, you had all those music video directors like, Romantic and like Spike Jonze and Michel Gondry, all these guys that were making like Bjork and Nine Inch Nails videos, and it's like they're making like 8mm. They're making all these like wildly different films. Spike Jonze, all those guys. So it's like I love how you get this group of creatives together, and it's like you guys make good stuff, and then you all spread out and just like take over all of media for like a decade. It's rad, dude. That's really cool.
If you want to see, I think Spike Jonze directed this, but Her.
He did.
That movie is amazing.
It's so good.
That's to see someone who I think Spike Jonze did some Jackass stuff, and then to go from that to Her and all the other things he did. That guy's extraordinarily talented.
I mean, it starts with Beastie Boys Sabotage, and it just goes to Her somehow.
Yes,
at some point.
I was messing with my stand-up chair, so I'm okay, right? I can lower it. What do I?
You're perfectly centered. No, you're good.
Okay.
You're great.
So,
I feel like you've got a sense for it now. It's just like ESP with that cam.
On the video game front, got to make some progress. Gave Hollow Knight a little break, but I will go back to it. Okay. One of the nice things about Hollow Knight and games like that is there is a simplicity to the mechanics that make it easy to return to.
True.
I got involved with a little game called Carrion, which I have to say that game is amazing. Like, everybody should go play Carrion. What an awesome game. Awesome game. You get to play as the monster. Like, you make a video game that lets you play as the Thing monster from the John Carpenter film.
Yeah.
I'm buying your game. I'm
Doesn't
buying everything.
I'm buying it.
It could be nothing. If people could tell me it's the worst game ever made, I'll tell you it's the greatest game ever made. But like, it's not. It's both. The soundtrack is killer.
Yeah.
The game is killer. Mechanics, a little challenging, but that I love a challenge. So I mean, learning and mastering the mechanics and the movement is definitely a part of the experience.
Yeah.
Whereas Hollow Knight is immediately accessible with its mechanics, or a Hades. You press A, you have success. You're
doing
cool
a
things.
thing. Sure.
You definitely have to learn how to navigate this creature, because there's some physics going on. But so satisfying. Such a awesome, just awesome game.
Yeah.
An amazing concept. Like, I'm so inspired. I've gone down a rabbit hole on Steam, and I just can't get enough of it. I'm having so much fun.
I was gonna say,
I have to play the. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, speaking of which, if you have Xbox Game Pass on PC, Carry-On is on there. Shout out to Devolver Digital. But you were about to say on your wish list, what was next? Sorry, I think maybe.
So please prepare your eyes to roll when I say this. How awesome is Game Pass? It is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
Game Pass is silly. It's like insane.
It is.
The value in that. It's redonkulous. And again,
and
we're not even a part of Microsoft yet. We're saying this without any association.
I'm not a sellout. I'm just saying it really is awesome. Like because with Carrion, totally what Josh said. I mean, I texted my friends, dude. They've heard of it, of course.
Yeah.
Go in Game Pass, bam, there it is. Like it's just awesome.
Sick.
So but I do need to get onto. I'm gonna butcher this name, Valhalla.
Oh yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah. I mean, so far as I know, you're saying it right. Yeah. I know what you're
Josh,
talking about.
Have you messed around with it?
I haven't, but Manny, who is in chat, our boy Jitsu, has been about it. We were playing something the other day, and he was like, "Give me 30 more minutes. I'm doing a boss right now." But I've watched a bunch of streams on it, and yeah, that open world Vikings. I love how there's like these trends, right? Like we had zombies maybe like 4 to 5, 10, I don't know how many years ago, but it is Vikings right now for sure, right? Like everyone are into them. We've got there's the television series, there's Assassin's Creed, and now we've got this open world, Rust combined to all these other types of games, survival thing, which is massive, multiplayer, co-op, all that stuff. So you haven't played it yet, but you're thinking about it. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, I'm definitely going to play it.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of when. But I keep hearing the way that everything works today is, I think it's just fantastic. Like word of mouth with social media, tweets, and all that good stuff. Like everybody's got a chance to reach an audience now. Everybody. And I think it is just a glorious time to be working in our industry, in all of the entertainment industries. But of course, I'm biased to games.
Of course.
But so lastly, and then
art.
Yes, and then I swear we'll get to the game. But lastly, like,
what game?
This is the truth. Like, I was talking about it with my friend last night, who works at Riot, and it's like when the impact of games right now and where they're at. When I hear that they announced the Dune movie, right?
Yes.
I can't. Josh, tell me the truth. You can't tell me that you're like, I kind of wish you'd make the game. You know, like
1000%. And the
right.
That's the hope, right? Is that the movie with Timothy Chalamet, Oscar Isaac, and all these other people? It comes out, it's amazing, and then they're like, why have we not booted up the IP again for a game? Like, there's so many different potential things you could do with the game. You could do an RTS, you could do a first person, you could do a survival.
Oh my God.
How is a survival game not Dune already? Like a massive multiplayer survival game. I mean, Dune is survival. The whole damn thing is out there in the desert.
No, totally. And chat, what would you what would you want to see? I think, yeah, probably like an open world third person something, but like
I'm seeing Dune Royale already being thrown out.
Dune Royale.
Sure.
That would actually Dune Royale with sandworms. Chat, that would be sick.
That would
Come
be
on.
nuts.
That would be nuts. But to get to play in the still suits, I just it's
so tight.
But don't please, whoever's listening, no one is that would have anything to do with this, but like don't half-ass the movie. The game. Like, make it a real game. Like, a top tier CD Projekt Red, Bethesda, like awesome. I'm talking cream of the crop, open world experience.
You're saying don't make it that like LGN, like we got the Friday the 13th license and we threw a skin over a game that maybe is the game that you wanted because it has the name and it looks like the same title you remember from the movie.
Yeah.
No, you want the legit, like, from the top down, like real publisher AAA experience. Absolutely. With something like a big IP like that. That would be amazing.
It would be amazing. And then second on that list would be not a movie but a series. I mean, give me the right? Give me the series. I mean, I know they did that before, but like the landscape has changed. So I just think that like
CG has come so far since the last time they tried that. That would be nuts.
I'm psyched for the movie, but I saw an interesting thing on Facebook, and I have to agree with this. It was like an Onion article where like some person tries for the 6th time to read the Dune series, and because I've tried. Listen,
those names, bro, and those places.
I've opened it up. I've tried. I'm like, I can't do this. Like,
you're
I
like Paul Moadib of a trait. You're like, where do I find the dictionary for what the F I'm reading? No, I know. There's a lot. It's dense. It's really dense. But it's the desert. It's got to be dense. It's sand.
It is.
It's everywhere. No, but like, I still will stand behind I'm a huge David Lynch fan. And, like, I love what David Lynch did with it. I mean, Kyle MacLachlan. Love Kyle MacLachlan. And, like, using Sting, the way they did Harkonnens. Like, dude, that movie holds up. And I know that it was, like, his biggest fail in the sense that, like, what's his nuts? Oh, Jesus God. Blazing Saddles. What's his name? Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks found and discovered David Lynch from Eraserhead. He got him to direct Elephant Man with, of course, Anthony Hopkins, which is an incredible film. Right?
An incredible film.
Yeah.
Chat, if you want to watch an incredibly moving film that I think completely holds up, but, be prepared. It's black and white and it's old. But, like, it was also shot to look old when he made it. Like, obviously it wasn't made in black and white times. But, like, watch The Elephant Man. Incredible movie.
Yeah, John Hurt, Anthony Hopkins.
Keep going.
But then he got, it was like that. That's like that. That's like the way, right? Like, it'd be like this guy, David Lynch. He's this weirdo. We don't know who he is. He's made this amazing film that was up for an Oscar for an Academy Awards for Elephant Man. I think it's the year that Timothy Hutton won for Ordinary People. But anyways, I don't know a lot about dates, but I do know Ordinary People because that movie is also amazing. But anyways. So then they give him the helm of this giant budget film. And you got to realize David Lynch, like 3 years ago, was making Eraserhead with his friends for like $1,000. And then he has like millions of dollars to make this movie Dune, which is like this insanely dense, huge world epic movie. And I think he did an amazing job. But some people, it's a very mixed opinion on that film, on Dune. Some people love it. Some people hate it.
I'm like you. Like, I worship that guy, and I still think Blue Velvet is one of the best films I've ever seen. And like Dune. I loved it as a kid. I love it now.
Yeah.
It's a style, and definitely the effects were bad in the 80s. They're bad now. So it was never good. It was never considered good. But some of his ideas and the way that he approached things was so fresh and new. And yeah, as Josh said, like he was a true artist. I mean, if you watch Eraserhead, you don't get major blockbuster science fiction movie from that guy. So credit to the people who gave him an opportunity, because he's still awesome too. David Lynch, just smoking away with making his, as he always says, the art life.
I mean, every day that guy goes to like Bob's Big Boys, I don't know if he's doing it now in Corona, has like a milkshake and like probably a raw hamburger. And he just sits there and smokes cigarettes as much as you can in LA anymore. But like, you gotta love the consistency, and you gotta love the fact that like very few people, so many people try to emulate his style, but like he has this weird visceral connection to make you feel uncomfortable. And it's such a cool thing. And it sounds so weird to say it's cool to make someone feel uncomfortable, but it's really not easy to do. Even in film, where you have like all the tools that you have for how you can present things with sound design and with shots and everything else. But like, Twin Peaks, the original, again, I don't think there'll ever be a greater TV series, even after television's got so good. But if you want to know why television got good and why television could be shot like a film, it's because of Twin Peaks from like the early 90s, because that guy set the standard on like, what if something was film quality but was actually on TV? Because at the time, like nothing existed like that in any way. But also, go ahead, sir.
He could put you in a trance. To your point, like with some of his scenes, a lot of in every one of his films, just amazing.
Speaking of a trench, I think we might be in one, and we got to go to Mars, because I'm pretty sure Mars Core is the way. So are we ready? All right. So if you're just joining us now, that was the film and catch-up portion of the stream, and now we are back into where we left off. Which again, this is Chapter 7. This is Mars Core. We're on the Fortress of Doom first, of course. So walk us through what we're doing, where we're at.
I don't know. I'm gonna hit A here and see where we're at. We're still on Nightmare. Let me get my sound right.
Oh no! We got him out of there. He's safe.
Little joke chat. When we were recording this stuff, we had a good time with the percentages. We would always be like 68.5% of the demonic invasion. That's a joke. That was meant to be a joke with how specific he is. So he puts Dr. Hayden in his ship, but that's an interesting thing. And as we will learn, Mr. Hayden knows how this ship works, because he was a part of the. Can I say that yet? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I can't say that. So we know I get confused. You all know he's a maker, right? Because you played DLC, so I'm spoiling it. Yeah. He's a maker.
You're right. Lifelong Soma is asking, this is a perfect time to ask this question from chat. Are you guys playing through the Ancient Gods? Not right now. Right now we are playing through the base campaign of the game.
I'll beat the Super Gore Nest Master level in the Ancient Gods in an evening on Nightmare with a base controller. Don't even get me started. I will show you all how it's done.
Did you hear? Somebody write that down and bring that back, because we're going to need that later when we're like, we never said that. We would never say that's crazy to say. We would never say that.
I definitely, I would love to do that. We'll do the master levels later. What's interesting now, by the way, with our hub being what it is, throughout the pace of the game, probably people what we want is we make this is a PvE. And it is a skill-based action game, so we really need the players to feel pushed, so that way they're motivated to upgrade their characters, because that has meaning to them, because they're like, God damn, man, I got my butt kicked the last level.
Yeah.
So they picked up a bunch of batteries, and they come back here, and I don't really care about upgrades, mods. And I already have these, so what else do I need, Josh? I need the other ones.
You got the coins already. I think, are they the ones that
I know
are
where they are.
Off in the,
Yeah.
The
so
outside
I'll go
ones.
get those.
Okay.
I want to upgrade my character, and I have to, because we're on Nightmare now, so we're not messing around, sort of.
I got an interesting question for you. This is coming from chat. This is from Mira Kulos 666. The question is this. The question for Hugo. Why was Australia remained I think they mean why did Australia remain untouched by the demonic invasion? Because when they show where the demonic invasion is, Australia is completely fine. What's up with that?
So am I correct in saying that G-Man lives and Spud Hunter are from Australia?
You are my friend. You are my friend.
All right. So that's why, because those guys are so badass that the demons showed up and they left. That's it. Spud just quick switched them into the ground, and that was it. And G-Man critiqued them so badly that they were like, I can't. I feel bad about myself, and they left.
He's like, is this the best demon onslaught you have? Is this it?
That's
3
right.
out of 10. That's the way. Right back to the U.S. and Asia and Europe and wherever else. Doesn't matter.
We love those guys. Thank you, so much. We really appreciated the reviews. Always honest, always sincere. That's what we want to see.
That's right.
We would expect nothing else from you guys, and
the dedication, Devo, Spot Hunter. There's so many, and they're out there every day, slaying. That's what they do. That's how they live. It's amazing.
That is what they do.
It's filled with Doomslayers. That's right. It's a great question.
Josh, obviously we have a big surprise. We're gonna fight the Dark Lord. Everybody knows that. So
yeah.
We don't have to give anything away. We could talk a little bit though.
We're talking about Ancient Gods Part 2 now, by the way. This is the unreleased DLC, the second one.
It's in development, and all day today we've been working on it. And Josh got to play test the Dark Lord boss fight.
I did.
And a little bit unbalanced, I would say. could use a little bit more. Could use a little bit tightening on Nightmare. Josh is really good, so when I get a chance with Josh to be able to take a sample of like what top tier players will think, because Josh is amazing at the game. And yes,
you heard him say it wasn't me, so it isn't bragging. Okay.
Yeah. So we a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. We're probably too far in the difficult territory when it comes to Nightmare. But Ultraviolence is feeling good.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But Nightmare, little too tight.
And it's one of those. It's such a tough balance in the thing, right? Because we've talked about this a lot in the last couple of days, but it's one of those things where it's like if you're playing Nightmare, you expect to and you kind of want to die on certain occasions, right? Like if you're doing like the equivalent of like a really, really tough arena, if you're on a boss fight you've never fought before, especially if it's like maybe the final boss, maybe who knows where it lands in the game, but it's one of those things where you expect to die and you want to die, but you still want to know, just like every encounter in this base game and in the Ancient Gods Part 1, that when you die, you know what you did wrong, you know how to correct it, and you can work on it and make those adjustments. You know what I mean? Like it's such a fine balanced thing to, like, you guys took a huge risk when you made Eternal. We've talked about this before. Like, you want people to die and you want them to know when they die what they could do differently, right? It's like teaching in a different way than just going like, here's 1,000 tutorials, we're going to hold your hand, you're never fully dead, all that kind of stuff. Like, talk to us about that decision. Like, how did that work?
Well, honestly, it's because we didn't want to, we felt like that's what players wanted. I mean, we didn't, it's kind of betting on the players' desire to play something that was worth their time. Like, you don't want to spend $60 for walk down the hallway and shotgun go boom. I mean, like, there's plenty of that in Doom. I mean, I think that's good, but I think players, when you look at the success of multiplayer games and games like League of Legends, or like these just big giant games like Warzone and Fortnite and really anything, not even, a lot of people will reference like Dark Souls. I mean, if you think Dark Souls is the only hard game out there, go play Warzone right now. Tell me how it goes. You know, like, so players want depth in their skill-based gaming. They want depth in their gaming period. So I have to pause for this because I'm passionate about this. And
say it. And sorry, I'm going to mute because there's like a siren going on.
What we see is that there is an opportunity. We make a kind of a unique game in the single player landscape. You know, games of our kind, when you think of single player games, a lot of them are narratively focused, but there's not a lot of skill based single player first person shooter games anymore. What the original Doom offered isn't really offered today. Most of the FPS single player games, they're either co-op, which is great, but they're also more like looter shooters. So it's power through progression, you know, like level your character up, point your gun at the character and shoot. I'm level 30, so I'm doing a lot of damage. I love those games. But as we always say, like as your skill requirement goes down, your content has to go up. So we are not making a looter shooter. And in the spirit of like these FPS competitive games, these PvP games, it is skill. It is skill that makes you powerful. So what about offering fans like the original Doom, and I'm talking about the Doom without the cheat codes, the IDKFA and all that stuff. I mean, like the original Doom without cheat codes
Yeah.
was a skill-based PvE, and offering that to players where they could get that sense of competition, that rush, of that adrenaline rush of playing a high-level skill-based FPS, but in a PvE format where I can control the challenge to exactly what it is I want, which I think is what Doom is all about. And I can't stand when games insult my intelligence, where they're just
Right.
like, it's like, dude, bring it on. You
Yeah.
can challenge me. It's why when you play a Demon Souls, or honestly, credit to, like, look at a Fortnite. I mean, it's like Fortnite. When you see, I just show you videos of my son playing that game. I mean, they're not taking it easy on him. I mean, they're
it's
asking. Good games ask a lot of you. It's okay to ask a lot of a player, and don't insult their intelligence. It's what they want. And people want it in different forms. I mean,
Sure.
again, a looter shooter is more of like an exchange of time. I'm going to level up my character, power through progression. That's awesome, but you got to bring the depth, and those games do, but they bring it in their own way. And so I think shotgun go boom, like dumb corridor shooter, I don't think that's what people want. I know, and I think you have to trust the audience instincts there, and have the guts to give them something good. And that's ultimately what we really wanted to do with Doom Eternal. And the end result is, it is. I don't want to go into specifics, but it is definitely extremely successful for us, and has a fantastic attach rate, especially when you compare it to Doom 2016. The proof is in the pudding. You're playing more of you are playing it. You're playing it longer. You're playing it more often. There's just a larger community that spawned around it. So Doom 2016 was kind of like the beginnings of the game, but we chipped away the rough edges and pulled out of that, extracted out of that, really what we wanted to make all along. We played this game in 2016. The problem, there was a lot of imbalances and things in there that made it too easy to kind of fall out of the fun zone, and it really didn't seem very competitive. Satisfying. I mean, it's satisfying to run around and shoot people with a shotgun, but again, just
but they proved that in '93, right? Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So Eternal is more successful than we had hoped. It's fantastic, and we couldn't be more excited. So yes, that was the goal, was to provide players with the experience they deserve. And
it's also a huge testament, I think, to the team that you guys built up between 2016 and Eternal, right?
Yes.
Like, you had talented people, and it grew more and more and more because you had 2016 under your belt. I think that was like also just one of those calling cards for everybody in the gaming industry, especially like the young up and comers and some vets, to be like, how do I get on this team exactly? How do I help make a Doom? I want to do that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we were able to. It's a really good point. In order to achieve this game, you need, the game is really, really focused. Like, you'll notice that it's just has a razor sharp focus. It's uncompromising. Look, we're going to give you the tutorials. You have difficulty settings. We have a million things that we could do. And that's not to say it's not the perfect game. I mean,
sure.
I love 2016. I
Same.
was a director on 2016. I'm very proud of it.
You were.
Like, after coming, you look back on it, you see the flaws. Same with Eternal. There's plenty of things we could improve with Eternal, but like, the thing we're most proud of is how focused it is. And you'll see that in order to pull something off like that, you really have to have a team that works well together. So it is a testament to the incredible staff and team that we have at id Software that we were able to even do some of the stuff, because it takes a level of coordination that's not easy to pull off. Yeah, every gun, every decision, everything you do in Doom is it feels connected to another part of the combat loop, and the combat loop constantly wraps in on itself, anything, once you get into the flow and you learn its ways, and then you really unlock a level of power that I think far exceeds walk down the hallway and shoot people with shot. That's not power. That's lazy power.
Right.
I don't want that, like, personally. I think it has to be something where it's like, once you get there, I control the chaos. It essentially becomes, the chaos is controlling me in the beginning, and then after a while, once I get good enough, I am the conductor of this action film. I am the center of the storm, and the chaos revolves around me. I create it, which is and I'm in control of it. That is so satisfying. That is my favorite part. I really like our game.
Did you know that? Did you guys chat? Did you know that? Are you aware? No, it's a good point though, because it's like it's not just that progression of like bigger gun go bigger boom. You know what I mean?
No.
It's that they become tools, and the tools have specific purposes because of the way you guys built the AI. And then all of a sudden, when you're doing these combos, it's such a different power fantasy in being able to, like you say, like you so perfectly put, like the way that you can control the chaos, and the way that the chaos isn't just like I pulled the nest, the super Gore nest thing, you know, like the Gore nest from Doom 2016, and now there's 6 demons, and then I kill those, and there's 4 more. It's like it is a crazy orchestration in Eternal. It's so different.
And a game with a high skill ceiling. You know, like that's what I want. And PvE, like the idea that I get to control it, entirely. I could dial that challenge in, relatively speaking, to about what it is I need. I think the difference is that Doom Eternal from Doom 2016 does require that you be precise under pressure. You know, when it comes to shooting off weak points, that is the one major difference. Is that we do ask you to have precision under pressure, which if you play any kind of FPS, they ask you of that. But
yeah, that's kind of what you sign up for.
I think that is, with my son or myself, that is the addiction that I have to some of the competitive multiplayer games.
For sure,
is the just mastering the mechanics just enough to be able to get that microsecond edge on my competition, and here I get to do it in the comfort of just amongst AI. So I don't need to be trolled online after I
The imps don't send you a salty message after they've just like all teamed up on you and thrown fireballs at you. They're like, "Learn to dodge, bro." And you're like, "Come on." Who
That's what we
programmed
should
this?
have. Like, we should have the demons troll you. Like, be like, "Get good, bro."
No, it's a good point though, because like you can actually, because they're predictable in whatever level you're playing, in whatever skill level you're playing, you can actually get better. You can actually improve. You can make those gains that you can't sometimes make in multiplayer because that human factor is such a random factor. You don't know who you're going to get. You know what I mean?
And the satisfaction from a good action game is you could feel yourself getting better. And chat, I've heard a lot of this from you guys in chat, but hopefully you agree, is that Doom makes you better at FPS. I mean, Eternal makes you better at FPS. You could feel yourself getting better as you play it, which is something that I find satisfying. By the way, for those that need it, I would recommend that everybody knows what these mods are.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I was when we first started this. I'm so used to presenting the game to people who don't know what it is.
Right.
And what I noticed after a couple of streams.
You can call them episodes. It's fine. You can call it a podcast. You can call it whatever you want. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. After a stream, I noticed that it's like, yeah, man, everybody who I'm talking to knows how to play this game.
Right.
So let's focus on the good stuff. This level was made by Brandon Souders. He was the level designer, and I believe Brandon did the gameplay as well. Again, we have level designers and gameplay combat designers, and sometimes they do both.
Nice.
And sometimes they'll share the load. Brandon Souders is a beast.
Big beast.
Oh, God.
Right in the nick of time that extra life shows up. And I think that's our last one, so gotta be precious now. See, perfect use. Ooh, I love.
Oh my God!
How the carcass is out there doing what the carcass does and blocking those glory kills.
I forgot that I have to actually take this seriously.
Semi-seriously, because that's the funny thing. We talk about this a lot too. Is we started this series playing on Hurt Me Plenty, so Hugo could do the talkie and the shooty at the same time because it is not easy. But the funny thing is last week we turned up the difficulty in Nightmare, and you play significantly better when the challenge is better. But that's just another one of those things. It's like, because you're trained also to play at this level, when you start to play, it's like how a lot of football teams, like let's take the New Orleans Saints. They're a great team if they play another great team. If they play a crap team, they will play crap. Like, it's a natural thing, I think, that you get used to the competition. And so when you're playing a Nightmare, you get used to just being like, this is the normal speed of things. This is how I react. This is like my quick switch. And you start to just dial these things. And sometimes when you play in lower skill levels, from playing from a higher one, it's actually harder because it starts to trip up your timing on things. So we just need to return back to Nightmare, and that's where we're at. So we're in a good place. See, you just wrecked that area. We're good now.
Where the hell did that guy go?
He's gone. Maybe he... Oh, wait.
How is he gone?
You're like somebody...
Oh, I know why. Because I walked up here.
Yeah, and you triggered the next set of...
Yeah. That's
Zombie
funny.
soldiers coming out. Soundtrack kicking it. All right,
So,
this is a good area.
this area was something we worked on right up to the end. Guys, we're just trying to do our best to dial in the challenge for you.
And just like BFG shots popping off. We're in UAC. We're outside. I love this area.
Yeah,
I love this fight.
one of the things. Yeah, create that sense of scope and cinema. You know, Josh, I got to be honest. I think we're doing it better in the DLCs.
Oh yeah. In particular, in part 2.
In particular, DLC 2. I gotta stop talking. We gotta focus. We gotta focus.
You gotta take out that Dread Knight. No, I love this area though because you get a Pain Elemental, you get a Dread Knight, and then you get. See, I always forget that you don't actually get a Doom Hunter here because I'm so used to the Master level version of this because that's what I play most often now. But still, with the Pain Elemental and the Dread Knight and all the ads, it's easy to get tripped up. But yeah, no, you're totally right. I mean, that was a huge difference, right? The difference between 2016 and Eternal. Like, we keep talking about the differences. Like, the scope and scale, even in the base game here that you're seeing right in front of you, it's like, look at these crazy set pieces of things that are popping off all around you in the middle of this chaos that we are having a tough time because, you know what? Because we're just showing people that it's okay to die. That's why we're doing it. Doing it on purpose.
Was lame. That was lame.
He's doing it for you guys, okay? Every time he dies, a demon gets his wings. Maybe I guess a gargoyle gets his wings. I got a question for you here. Speaking of the Ancient Gods, Part 2, the next and last piece of the Doom Saga. The question is for Hugo. This is from Moonfire Madeir. Shout outs, because that's Zeus54 on Twitter. An absolute legend of all Doom fan art and just art in general, and an aspiring monster in the creation stages right now. Question for Hugo. How quickly into DLC 2 does the Dark Lord get his given clothing? Because he is pretty shirtless at the end of DLC 1, Ancient Gods Part 1. So,
pretty quick, I'd say.
That's a great question.
Yeah. I will say that he is a little he's a little naked in the beginning. That is accurate.
Yeah. You know, when you spawn back into existence, sometimes you don't get your full, Sunday best. You know what I mean? Your suit and tie.
I think, what do we want to invest in? I like remote detonate. Let's just max out remote detonate. Okay. Or should we max out? I know that you like lock on.
Dude, lock on is just so much damage. It's just like, and especially sometimes when we're chatting it up and you're just like, I need to get rid of this piece that's on the board. Sometimes just lock on. And when you get that thing fully upgraded so it's fast, it can just be a cyber demon killer or tyrant to some. It can just wreck stuff.
Okay, I've got that. What else do I need? Nothing. I'm good.
I think we're looking pretty good on the upgrade scale.
All right, let's take it seriously.
Right,
I don't want to die.
This is for real this time.
Well, it's embarrassing to die on this because I'm used to playing master levels.
Yeah, that's it. Look, when you're on Gen X, it's a different caliber of player, really. I mean, the guy's playing on an inverted controller. He's basically handicapping himself as many times and places as he can. He's not even using the new Xbox controllers, which he loves, which have the back paddles. He's using the vanilla, guys. This is the old school original OG.
I'm using the Series X, whichever Series X2 or something, but I'm not. I took the parts off.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, okay, we still have a Doom Hunter here. I forgot it was also in base. I feel like he wants an Ice Bomb, and then he wants a Blood Punch, and then he wants a Super Shotgun Ballista. I'm not directing from the other seat. I'm just saying that's what he wants.
Yes.
He told me. He called me last night, and he's like, look, when Hugo gets close, here's the combination that I want. I was like, all right, I didn't know Doom Hunters could talk that, and that was their voice, but that's what it sounded like.
I agree. Okay. I need it. All right, here we go. Bam.
Super Shotgun. There we go. Off the sled.
Little burn.
And he's gone. And he's gone. It's a winter wonderland. He didn't even have time to sled. He got knocked right off it. GG's.
That's it.
That's what you're looking for. All right, got the flame belch back. Ooh, weapon point too. Nice. I love those points too. It's one of those weird little trigger things where you're like, I just did a tough fight. It felt good, and it's nice to get rewarded with a little bit of a. Yeah, you got to go back up there.
How do I go back up there?
Can you though? Just fall off and die. Fall off and die. Will it put you back up there?
Yes.
Yes, it will. Turn around.
Nice. Okay, there we go.
There we go. Got to get it. Got to get it. This is for back at the Fortress of Doom. We're going to want this for an upgrade for later.
Yes.
But yeah, I love that when those encounters end, those like tough ones that kind of stretch out like your ability, you just get that nice little weapon point and you're like, okay, I will be stronger based on the fight I just had. This feels right. You know what I mean? It's just like rewarding. This feels good.
There used to be a secret in here. These used to have glass over them, and you would break it and pull a secret out of there.
Nice. Do you remember what it was? Was it just something that we put somewhere else, like a collectible? Or like a Praetor suit point?
No. Yeah, actually, we put it in here. So,
oh yeah, the one up top, right?
Yeah.
Nice. I like too how because of that, there's like the smaller pistons that you see before you walk into this room, and then the bigger pistons that you can actually use as like points to double jump on. Again, shout out, it's Brandon that did this level, right?
Brandon Souders.
Brandon Souders. Shout outs, because this level is toy.
He is a... Yeah, so chat, I know a lot of you love to debate. It kind of comes down to which level you think is the best. I know this one's really up there on a lot of people's list.
Yeah.
Of the best levels.
Oh yeah, this one is...
The music is sick.
Music is really, really good. Shout outs to Mick and Chad all the way across the sky. Couple of questions. I'm going to hit you with some while you're in the midst of this fight right here with the Prowler who's coming in hot. Oh, that was a quick one. But you have that rune attached, so they're all going to be quick ones. All right. So the question is from Brit86I. Would you ever make a female Slayer in the future?
I thought about it, actually.
Yeah.
Because I think if we did it, I'd want it to be lethal. You know, I think it's interesting how it would impact the glory kills, the kind of weapons that she would have, the fighting style. Certainly all aggression, absolutely, but a
different touch, though, huh?
A different type of aggression. I would really strive to allow it to impact the gameplay in a way that was meaningful.
I like that. I like that a lot. Okay.
Yeah, I've definitely put a lot of thought into that, actually. But,
no, I like it. You're like, it's 5 different games. We're working on 3 of them right now, but the 4th one is going to be that, and I love it. That's a great answer. Okay. Next question. Go ahead. No, was there more? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's totally, when it comes to designing the action, you know, you think about like, if the Slayer is a Ferrari, well then what would a female Slayer be? What would a medieval Slayer be? How would that affect things? You know, what sort of analogies could you draw from that and allow that to influence the experience? So I don't know. It definitely would be cool.
That is very cool. I'm already seeing people pop off. I'm already thinking about Lamborghini myself, but like we have so many car aficionados in chat too. I'm sure we're gonna see some suggestions for that. Apparently,
I'd love to do a Wolfenstein game where he is BJ's last mission, like in basically kind of like what they did with the Dark Knight Returns, the comic, where it would be like an old BJ,
like a broken down, like no
but he's
F's
huge.
Given. Okay.
Yeah, like the final mission, one last mission. You know?
Like that.
And like kind of how like the Dark Knight is just grizzled.
Yeah.
And if anybody's ever wants to read a really amazing comic book or just rent. They made an animated film of it. The Dark Knight Returns is truly a classic and worth your time. But if you're not familiar with it, it's like an older Bruce Wayne who basically goes back for one last mission, and he's huge. That's the coolest part. Is like he's not skinny and athletic. He's like a tank, and his
jacked.
Batmobile. And so many of the the Batman movies.
I like that. Just call them Bat films then. Yeah, why not?
So many of the Batman movies have used. The Dark Knight Returns as an influence. Yeah. So I always just thought it would the general concept of like the final mission of blank. So I just think like a massive 280-pound BJ Blazkowicz, you know, old. There's something about like.
I mean, Logan kind of has a bit of that too, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I like how you're just fighting them. You're like, there's a buff totem. I didn't notice because I'm just wrecking everything in front of me. Is it buffed?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice that. And now it's catching up. Oh god, that Hell Knight will make sure you know. Ooh, but Frozen. Love to see it. Frozen 3. You're seeing it right here in front of you.
All right, I have to stop showing.
You need to let it go. Yeah, you need to go get that buff totem.
we were gonna try to be cool, chat. There's no being cool. Like, let's just get rid of this thing.
I love it.
So a little note update on the no target bug. Some of the no target bug is what we found out is a result of how we addressed another bug, which was sometimes if you went to chainsaw an AI while he was doing a traversal,
right,
you would actually get stuck in geo as a result. So some of what you were feeling. Whoa.
Oh, I was looking to say, I was like, really? The BFG for the Kako. This is different. I like this. But no, what you're saying is...
Some of what you're feeling is actually what we did to correct it is we said, look, when the AI is doing a traversal, you know, you can't chainsaw it. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time talking and doing this.
No, you're doing it.
But, and that created a lot of instances and fail cases where people feel like they should have done it. I feel like the director of the game should have known that and not agreed to not said, hey, not said, yeah, we should just do that, because that was incorrect.
But we may or may not have a fix that's coming with the Ancient Gods Part 2. We may have addressed it. Who knows? Probably we did.
Early word is it's fixed. You know that it wasn't just that. It was a couple of things.
Yeah.
And we fixed it. I also feel like infighting seems like it's not turning off. That's something.
They're just going at each other.
Oh my god.
That whippy. Now I'm not going to say you have to use rocket launcher. You have to use rocket launcher lock on for the whiplashes, but I also am telling you that they're built for it. So if they become a pest, which they always are whenever they're on the board, I love the lock-on rocket for whiplashes. But I think that you're out of ammo now, so you're going to have to take them on mono-y lady here. So let's see. Ooh, there we go.
I like to...
Yeah, what's your strat for them? Oh, freeze them up. DPS. Okay, all right. You made him frozen dinner, basically. Easy. I like that.
I like to freeze him. Derek Heidi, you know, lead marketing extraordinaire.
Brand manager of the century. Go on. Shout out to
He
Derek.
does not like to use Ice Bomb. I remember when he played the Ancient Gods, he gave me a report and he said, it's too hard. And I said, you know, let me see. Like, I asked him, like, are you using all the tools? He's like, yeah. And then, like, you use an Ice Bomb. Oh, he asked me about the Barons. So a little story about the Ancient Gods. So obviously the Ancient Gods, everything I said in the beginning, that whole rant about not insulting the player's intelligence, and giving something worth their time, and blah blah blah. The Ancient Gods then has to deliver on top of that, and you know, and give something satisfying to that core audience. Well, the reason why there's 3 Barons and oh my god, you just put me in a hallway with a tyrant is because if you know how to use the tools, you could delete a Baron in like a second. It's called the Ice Bomb and a basic quick switch combo, or Ice Bomb Grenade, or Ice Bomb Blood Point. I mean, there's like a million things you could do to a Baron. So that's why you see like 2 and 3 Barons in the Ancient Gods. So when Derek was playing, he was a little bit like, dude, give me a break.
He's like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, like what? Why is this like this? Like,
what have you done?
And I asked him.
Can't believe
I was like, do you use the Ice Bomb? He's like, no. I'm like, you beat the game on Nightmare and did a serious run on Ultra Nightmare, and you don't use the Ice Bomb. He's like, no. Like, so.
You're like, damn.
Literally 24 hours later, he's just like, yeah, it's fine.
No, but that's fair, because it's like, you know, everybody has their different play style. And I know that, like, shout out to Swansong does a ton of videos where he'll play master levels and he'll be like, no BFG, maybe no Ice Bomb. He'll like limit himself from these things so that he can make the run that much more difficult, because he's so used to already using all the tools in the tool shed, as it were, for the arsenal.
I think Ice Bomb's OP. We're not going to change it, but if you want to know my critiques of the game right now as the dust settles,
Would love to.
I think so. All right, let's go through the list of stuff that I think could be better. Actually, some of this is going to get addressed in the DLC. I think the Arachnotrons are a little bit active. Like, they're supposed to teach you weak points to start, and most players annihilate them. You know, pop off the weak point. But I do think that like allowing the cadence of the way they move. Later AIs that we designed, they would move with a sense of purpose to allow you opportunities to shoot them. So they kind of like pause and then move. And the Arachnotron was just one of the first AI that we designed for the weak point system. And we learned a lot since then. So I'd like to revisit him and just kind of, you know, tune up some of his animations to allow you to shoot him in those moments, which it won't affect good players, and it'll just get more first timers on board with weak points. So like
with being like, I need to take care of that laser cannon on that.
But I don't have to do it with it shooting at me, and he won't stop moving. And again, later AI that we've designed, especially in DLC 2 and 1, I think do a better job of that. So little moments like that, like to teach you how to use weak points.
Yeah, I mean, with when you guys made the Blood Maker, you were like, oh, you have to use the weak point. It is legit the only way you can take them out. And same with even the Maker drones, right? It's like,
yeah, well, you can take out the drones in other ways,
right? But it's not effective as it is just hitting them in their weak point, which is the head, as we know.
That is actually another thing that we're adjusting a little bit. Adding a little bit more time. Yeah, a little bit more time to the Blood Angels window. You know, they kind of pause and then they shoot, and we're just gonna hold that a tiny bit longer.
Yeah.
But little things like that. I don't know. We got on the subject, but little things like that.
The Blood Makers, of course.
Yeah, and there's many things.
They used to be called angels. That's an insider tip for you right there. They used to be called.
Oh, that's
angels.
right.
Yeah, they didn't make it out with that. Yeah.
Not a teleport. These are the jokes, folks.
Please enjoy. These are the jokes. Ooh, I love me a Prowler. Love me a Prowler.
Am I getting all my stuff? Because I definitely.
I mean, most of them. Let me see. I haven't been keeping you super honest on every single one of them, but you got most of them.
Don't let me lose the Slayer Gate.
Okay, I won't. I'll make sure we get that. God, this level is big. I love this level. I'm even looking at all the power-ups and stuff, and I'm like, damn, there's a lot in this level.
We actually, Jessica in HR is our actual HR person.
I know, it's the best part, and we love Jessica. She's like the sweetest person.
Yeah. She actually is our HR person.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Jessica.
She's awesome. If you ever call in, you'll talk to Miss Donna, who's equally amazing.
Absolutely.
And then you'll be talking to Miss Jessica. She's awesome.
Let's see here.
All of these cinematics are made internally by our team, obviously in-game, everything. Great source of pride for all the guys involved.
And that's the coolest thing too, right? Everything is in-engine, so all of the skins that you can equip, because the animation team is so good and because the engine team is so good, shout out to all the guys and girls there, like, you can just have it all. It's like, you want to be a Doomicorn and have a different tone to every single scene. Equip the Doomicorn skin. There you go.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Am I crazy, or does Mars Core not have a Slayer Gate? Am I making that up? Oh.
By the way, for the players out there, if anybody gets nervous, I know you guys love the challenge. The tweak to the
it does.
Arachnotron, none of you will feel the tweak to the Arachnotron. It's one of those things under the hood that I think first-time players will feel it, but anybody who knows the game, it's not going to impact difficulty. You still have to do everything we're asking you to do. I think it's just going to, bring it up to speed with the rest of the game.
I remember where it is now. We won't miss it. Don't worry. I'll keep you honest. We're getting closer to it.
I would say, Josh,
Please.
that, and I got this feedback from several people.
Okay.
Is once you get used to our new mechanic, new weapon, you're not going to be able to play
without it. Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's one of those things, kind of just like when you started the game the first couple weeks, you're just doing dashes all the time, and you're like, I don't understand. What's wrong with this game? And you're like, oh, I don't have dash yet because I'm not there yet. It's the same kind of thing with this new weapon and the meta that it creates, because it becomes part of your optimal game loop, especially when fighting heavies and super heavies. Like, it just becomes like you need it.
At Marauders.
And Marauders. Big time for Marauders, for sure.
Yeah. It is a way to through skill, chat.
Of course.
We're not selling out. We're not going to give you some shortcut to the Marauder.
It's the Marauder button. Just press it.
Yeah, through pure skill.
That's right.
Some of you will be able to delete a Marauder easily in one shot. Now, I know some of you are like, I could do that already, boss.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a really cool. I need ammo like a mother.
Well, there's gonna be some fire. Get that chainsaw ready.
Yes.
Boy. There we go. Chainsaw bait. Do you remember the first? I'll never forget the first week of this game, and people are like, I don't understand, I'm running out of ammo. Where's all the ammo? And we're like, the chainsaw. You gotta use the chainsaw. I'll never forget that, because we had so many people on like all kinds of places. It wasn't just Facebook, Twitter, everywhere else, and they're just like, I don't understand, this game has no ammo. And it's like...
Which is, you have actually access to constant ammo.
Yeah, there's always ammo. And there's just ways, you know, even like subtle ways that you can...
You know what we should get rid of?
Oh boy. Let's hear
Getting shot by those things when you're looking at...
When you're looking at... You're just having some toy time, and all of a sudden, here comes this fodder just burning it down.
That is awful. This is nightmare, folks. I'm just walking through this. I mean,
could you imagine like, if when this puppy shows up at your door, and you're just sitting there admiring the icon of sin, you're just like, oh, look at this thing. If like your girlfriend or somebody just comes by with like a super soaker and just blasts you, you're like, excuse me, can I just have this moment alone with this icon of sin, this beauty, please? That would not be right. We would need to fix that. So you heard it here first. No more, no more being shot while looking at cool toys. We'll fix it eventually. Okay, soon. Trademark.
We actually won't. I know it's why it's like that. We can't. Believe me, that.
Look, guys,
that
it's impossible.
Something.
We tried. Okay, on the stream while we were here together, we tried, but we couldn't do it.
It is.
It's not the hill to die on, though. Probably.
This was this level was part of our.
No! Oh, Jesus! It happens. It can happen to anybody.
It happens to the best of us.
That's right.
It was part of our vertical chunk.
That's right.
So as I said, I hate walking around with the limp.
I know.
Limp shot.
That limp shotty, you're just like, but you still got the meat hook. Still got the use.
Hey now.
All right, there we go. Shout out to looking at that rocket launcher. Isn't Colin Geller? Isn't that his beauty, his creation? Huge shout out to your boy Colin. And all of the, you know, God, the whole lead concept team, art team. I mean, look, when we talk about anything with id, it's like, go to any team, and it's like talent and absolutely beautiful art that comes out of it that creates things like this majesty here. And I don't even know how you approach something like that, because when you look at the history of Doom rocket launchers, you're like, perfect, perfect, perfect. Like, I love the original. I love the 2016 one. I even love the Doom 3 one, and here we have the best one, now in Eternal. So I don't know how you did it, Colin, but kudos.
We built this area so you could do this.
We built this BFG on rock and roll, and there you have it.
Yeah. We did. That area is intentionally designed.
That's why they give you that ammo, right? We got the ammo hiding in that corner over there. That Baron, though, has something to say about it. All right, Baron's gone. Bear in mind, there is now you got to get that carcass off the field. He's going to block every single time we try to get in for the glory kills, the sweet, sweet glory. No, but you're right. It's one of those things, too, the game is teaching you. It's like, you don't have to use the BFG, but there is ammo here, and you're probably full because you haven't used it, so go ahead and pop off. Because I think this is the first time in the game where we throw 2 Barons at you. So it's like, you have the BFG, right? Go ahead and use it. Kind of like exactly when you get the BFG in Art Complex, right? And there's like 10 Cacodemons. It's like, don't get me wrong, it's really fun to try to put a sticky bomb or a grenade in every single one of those Cacodemons' mouth, and we've done it on stream here if you were here for it, but it's also really fun to just hit that one BFG and be like, Eureka, Yahtzee, it's done. The ripping and the tearing can commence because the BFG has done the work. Ooh, limp shotgun, gotta get it, gotta get it. There it is. Plus a little bit of health ski. All right, really nice dodge away from that Baron there. Uh-oh, he's something wrong with his neck. All right, he's gone, he's out. Might need to see a chiropractor later. All right, there we go. Just a little pepper, I like that. Another weapon point, there we go. Where are you at with weapon points? Do we have enough to do another upgrade? I thought we were close, but I can't remember. Where are we at? If you switch over to Arsenal. How many do we have?
I think I'd like to do, I already did lock on.
Yeah.
I'd like to boost this up.
You love Remote Detonate. And honestly, as a 2016 multiplayer, I love Remote Detonate too. I used to be a rocket launcher super shotgun. Shout out to everybody from the Doom 2016 multiplayer and single player speedrunning community, because y'all know about Remote Detonate. Y'all know about that rocket launcher because it is super fun to use. just like it is in Eternal. Oh, you tripped him up. He like legitimately went down on a knee. I don't even know if I've seen that animation in a minute. Okay, shields up. Love it. Still got a straggler. Nice.
Ready?
I love these. Look how big those floaters are. Hit it. Oh my. Oh my.
And the engine, it didn't get all slow. There
That's
you
good.
go.
There you have it.
Ooh,
Nicely done.
that's right.
Dave Matthews Satellite playing in all of our minds as that thing spins around. We're good to go. Because this is Gen X gaming is what you're witnessing right now at its finest, ladies and gentlemen, at its absolute finest. Speaking of which, question coming in from Simplu. Shout out to Simplu. How's it going? Question is, how does the process of creating a level begin at id Software? He says, I assume mission designers, level designers, and gameplay designers come together to brainstorm ideas, but how does that work at id?
What is the question?
Yeah. So how does the process of creating a level begin at id? Because, you know, we're talking about there's level designers, there's mission designers, there's gameplay designers, but how does it start? Where does it start?
It starts with the story, and we have a mission design team that gets together, myself. It's basically the leads, and we all get together and discuss the overall arc and story, like the what, why, and where. Like, what am I doing? Where am I going? And why am I going there? And from that, we create basically a mission. I don't want to say mission design doc. It's like a. I don't want to say screenplay either. It's a what is it? It's like a mission design script.
Okay.
You know, and it's basically the game. You know, it's I go here, I go there. It is written in script format. You know, using Final Draft Pro.
Nice.
And you
Shout
try to
out.
call out. You try to crawl out basic objectives, and I go here and
Burn
I do
them.
this.
Yes.
And all that stuff. And in that moment, you're calling out, like, you know, beats. Like, for example, in this level, you know, like, I'm told that this level was born out of Seek and Destroy, a mission of defiance. Everything that the Slayer does is in defiance of the people around him. He doesn't like authority. The best way to get the Slayer to do something is tell him he shouldn't do it. So someone tells him that he has to do this big mission. So we said, wouldn't it be cool if, you know, they tell him that he has to do this really big, like, mission to go to the journey of center of Mars, but then the Slayer's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Well, I'll just shoot my way through and open up a hole myself. And
You can't just shoot a hole in the center of Mars kind of thing? That kind of situation?
yeah, exactly. So then we write the script essentially, and then from that, a level designer will then begin the blockout process. We used to do paper designs, but lately we've kind of gone away from that and just start to block the level out to be able to work out what it is we want in the level real time. And then we have kind of like, you know, general, I would say soft principles about level design and pacing. You know, like this is an incidental combat section. This is an arena fight. You know, every level kind of has 2 to 3 arenas. Some arenas are smaller, so they're kind of considered technical arenas. Some of them are larger, so they're like mega skate parks, all about freedom of movement. You know, how do we want to challenge the player? Like, always just asking these questions as we go through. Okay, so health, as long as your math says you pick up. Let's do max
HP.
So yeah, they start to block out the levels, and it's the pacing and spacing portion, what we call pacing and spacing. And then from there, further refinement, getting in the stakes in the ground around the narrative beats, technical considerations, lots of play testing. Want to just make sure that the level. Hold on.
Love it. Nice use of Blood Punch. And we got to get that. Can't chainsaw him. Actually, do we have? We only have 2 pips. But that gargoyle looks ready. He gone.
So then, level designers don't they do some gameplay stuff, absolutely, and there's not a hard line between the two. But then, at some point, it starts to move into the level gameplay pass phase. There's an overlap there, obviously. Gameplay designers need to have an understanding and have some level design chops and vice versa. And then they start to put the fun in the map and refine the experience. You know, crafting specific level designers do level design puzzles, but then gameplay designers do puzzles as well. Lots of combat considerations, different things. A lot of times, gameplay designers are iterating on little sketches, arenas, sketches, puzzles that we will just take wholesale and put them in the level. Oh God.
You need to get that sweet ammo. Oh God, you're
my
going
God.
in with the rocket launcher, you maniac!
That was really dumb.
It was risky.
Yeah, like Chad Eanes or like, you know, different people, James Sellen will do these little puzzles that we'll end up just kind of putting wholesale.
Warning! Before we go down there, we will go down there too. But again, this is the Slayer Gate key area, so we got sometimes we got to go down to go up, but also we can get in those Venny boys. I feel like.
Yes.
Slayer Gates times.
Yeah.
Get this.
So we put the puzzles in and then you know, play it. Really work out the pacing. I think that's where DLC 2 really excels. It's got really good pacing. The pacing of the Eternal campaign is really good. DLC 1's pacing gets a little dense. Oh, I didn't hit the keeper. But like I said, wait,
No, you did. Yeah, you can double jump on that and then get up in the vent boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then refine the pacing. We've got weapon introductions. It's a giant process. Weapon introductions, progression items. This whole time, the systems design team, you know, planning out progression. You know, we're just like many layers, all working in unison.
Wait, before we go down there, go to the other side of the vents. Oh, we can still get back there. We can get back there.
Okay.
We'll get back up. Also, I just want to give a shout out. You just happened to grab the Gore vinyl, which is from Quake Champions, which was done by none other than Andrew Hulshult, who was in chat right now. Shout out to Andrew.
Yes.
Another Texas native too. It's like all the Texas love in one place. Like you love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love seeing it. Just a hell of a good dude and an amazing composer. So shout out to Andrew. You see it up there on the right. So wait, go back. Yeah, jump up there and then let's go to the right side this time. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, boy.
Yes.
All right. Now we're ready. Now it's going to get serious. It's time for the Slayer Gate. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Slayers everywhere. It's about to happen. This is it. It's been pulled. And we are transported to. I love this. This arena is good fun. I like the Slayer Gate a lot. Some marauders to deal with. Such a different spacing than some of the other ones. I really dig this one. And eventually some heaviers. Let's see. Actually, prowlers on this map, on this particular Slayer Gate, give me. I have to.
That was an accident.
BFG, premature BFG. It's okay. We'll get more. We'll get it again. We just won't use it the next time when the level awards it to us. Ooh, look at that burn. Oh, but behind you, the other Hell Knight, because they're coming in pairs, in triplets. All right. Time to turn and burn here. You got this. I love how you're using the rocket launcher in this close quarters. You are showing people the tension of firing a hot dog in a hallway. I love it. Yeah, that BFG did hit the Marauder like direct. You love to see
it. Hit him?
Yeah, it hit him.
He's dead?
I think.
That was an accident. I wanted to fight him.
No, he's up there. He's up there. I think I just saw him. He's behind you. Is he on top of a box, or did I make that up? No, he's done. Yeah, you hit him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was I'm sorry, Marauder. We were going to dance. That was an accident, sir.
It's like you just take your dancing partner and you just throw them in another dimension. You're like, no, actually, we're not going to dance. You dance for me, not here though, elsewhere. I'll see you in the nether realm.
I love.
You've been banished.
On a controller, I just think this game feels amazing. I think it's just so satisfying.
Yeah, not too shabby on keyboard and mouse either. But no, you're right. not many games where you have as much freedom to do the crazy movements that you do, but they still feel so fluid.
No,
and so
and
controller.
chat. This is base controller action. People who say that the game is not well. There you go. I'm talking shit here. And then
Base
I'm looking
controller,
like an idiot.
inverted. I know, inverted sticks. That vertical stick. Oh
What?
no! You shot a rocket launcher with that.
Oh, a
splash
barrel.
damage.
There was a barrel there.
Yeah, you did a barrel
That was
roll.
so lame.
You did an actual barrel roll. It's okay. You get to fight the Marauder again.
You mouse and keyboard people wish that on me.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was the curse. The curse of the
That's
mouse
it.
and keyboard. Okay, we get to fight the Marauder now. Legit. No BFG
Alright,
this
fight-
time. We
fight
get to
him for real.
dance.
Let's fight him for real. I'm kidding. That wasn't an accident. No, I'm just kidding.
I really thought you were about to do that to him. Oh, man. Oh, I love it. Man, he is active, too. Okay, I love it. Love it. Dealing with the Doge. Nice. You actually got a good spot right now because, oh, God, you're way too close in that Prowler. Got to go. See you later. Did we get a stagger? No, not yet. Man, that Maker drone also wants you to feel that presence. Oh, the Prowler. Okay, Prowler's off the board. Looking a little low on the HP. Okay, getting a little bit back. Nice use of the teleporter. Got to get that Maker drone. Oh, no, the Doge! Oh, no. You made Fido angry. Oh, my God. You're shooting a rocket launcher at close range. You are risking it all. You're playing real dangerous right now. I like this. Rocket launcher's still out, folks. Small area, don't care. Doing it anyway. All right, getting HP. The Doge is out. You can hear him. Nice chainsaw. Marauder to the left. Got to go. Leave a grenade for later. Something to remind them of you. Okay. Ooh, there it is. The fair fight is over. The Marauder is down. Now it's time to bear in mind taking these pieces off the board so we can get double Baron all the way across the sky. Dude, I'm telling you, that Maker drone is hitting the mark with all those headshots. My God, you're going rocket launcher up close like such a wild man right now. This is Gen X gameplay. I love it. I love it. Remote detonate's a really nice choice, though, in this area because it's so dense with demons. Glory kill? Not interested. Got to take the Hell Knight out. Glory killable? You might have got with that remote detonate. Oh, no. He's back. Oh, blood punch comes out. Chainsaw? Nah. You keep letting him live. I started to think that you guys had an alliance going on or something. All right. He's off the board. No more Hell Knight.
I gotta be honest. I can't get enough of playing like this. Like when a game, once you get used to playing like this, it's very, very hard to not want to feel this unleashed.
This challenge, like the whole time, where you're just like pushed to make decisions at every second.
I mean, my brain is like.
You're going full like beautiful mind, like the Hangover, all that stuff. There's numbers and inputs and everything in your brain. You have like Crucible mind right now.
All right,
and the soundtrack is supporting that because it is giving you all the BNP right now. The beats per minute are up. The Cerebro has been activated. It is time for Galaxy Brain and inputs. Nice spacing though. I like this. Given some spacing because those Barons will remove that spacing as much as they can with those giant jumps and ground pounds, but doing a nice job of just doing a little keep away here. Ooh, got them bunched up. Great time for some splash damage. Oh yeah, got one of them glory killable. Want to finish that off before they get out of it? Nope, they back. Oh no, don't have a pip yet. Don't have a pip yet. Ooh, you just got that pip. Nicely done. Okay, we're fine. Getting out of this. Oh my, might need to blood punch your way out of this one. Love it, love it. Maybe get a little burn in there too. Get a little armor out of that too. Nice, nice. All right, we got the pip. We're back. Dude, I don't know if you're stretching this out on purpose or not, but I am loving this fight right now. Chat is calling you on too. I love this. Killed the soldier with the dash. Sometimes you gotta just show him, Bashful Bard. You just gotta show him what's up, because the Slayer is a weapon. The dash forward that can kill someone. Have you seen the Slayer?
Oh my God!
Ooh, you are getting so risky in the hallways, man.
Only just to blow up my face with a shotgun. What, chat? Bring it on!
Yeah, what do you got? Low
What
ammo?
else does this game have? This game is for suckers.
Not concerned with low ammo.
Seriously.
Not even
This is
concerned.
nothing.
This is easy. This is easy
It
mode.
really is easy. We need to chat. We need to be playing the Super Gorness Master level Nightmare. This is too easy, kids.
That's right. Don't forget to
We
pick
need
up
more.
that key. We have had people be like, I don't understand. I beat everything. I can't get the Unmaker. And it's like, did you pick up the Empyrean key? They're like, what is that? I'm sorry, what is that? And it's like, you gotta get the key after you finish the Slayer Gate. That's the whole point of finishing it, other than the satisfaction.
Oh,
of knowing that you did it.
I have done that.
Yeah, where you just like bounce, right? You're like, I did it. I'm done. I'm out.
So one thing that I really never get a chance to call out here, and I'm going to get a list.
Okay.
And we are going to read a list of names. I don't have it right now. Of all the amazing artists who contributed to this stuff. Like, it's easy to call out the Jason O'Connells because they're madmen and they're all over the game, and the
Yeah.
Jerrys and the Brandons and everything.
Yeah,
Rich Eastwoods, I mean, these guys are beasts. But there is a team of monster artists led none other by Tony Garza, our magnificent genius art director, Lear DeRossi, our monster environment lead, Cameron Kirby, our monster prop guy who does all the awesome weapons, and it's just a stellar team. Jason Martin, our lead character artist, and
I love how you're like, you got to get a list together, and you're like, I'm just gonna rattle off a few.
but that is nothing because
yeah,
underneath, working alongside those monster leads, because those are all our leads and our director level guys, is a team of just beastly artists.
Beast.
It's one of the largest parts of our team. That and programming. Like Evan Wells, very good friend of mine, someone who's I love to bust his chops nonstop because Evan, I'll give you a shout out. You are actually better at me than video games. I'm going to admit that in Warzone, I am very often the reason why we lose. I'm saying that live in front of people.
So you're saying his shoulders are needing massaging because he's carrying that weight so often.
At times, I'm kind of like Oppum in Saving Private Ryan. I am the guy with the typewriter. That's me. Once in a while.
You're that guy? Okay. You're just taking notes.
I think I'm Tom Hanks, but I might be kind of Oppum at times.
Okay.
But, of course, in the world of shit talking, of which I spend most of my time,
Sure.
when we're playing, I'm just blaming him for why we lose. But
you're the guy going, he's over there. What are you doing? Res me. That's you. Okay.
Well, I'm the guy that shoots first,
I see.
and everybody's like, dude,
we're not
why
even
did
in position. What are you
That
doing?
guy was like 200 yards away. You don't even have a sniper rifle. Like, listen, I see things. I need to kill it because I play Doom. goddammit.
Right.
And in Doom, we don't wait to shoot.
Something's in front of you. You know what to do.
Something's in front of me. I just kill it.
Yeah.
And as a result, that pure aggression in a battle royale setting can cost us some games. I have cost my team some games. But Evan is a beast, and I forgot why I started talking about Evan. But
Probably maybe because
anyway, I know.
Contribute? Okay,
because he breaks my chops because that's like the left brain side of the building. Everybody at id Software is like mega creative. There ain't nobody at id Software who's not an artist.
100%.
But we have kind of like left brain artists and we have right brain artists. And obviously the programmers are kind of left brain, good at math, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't shout them out enough, and I need to more. Guys
That's
like
fair.
Billy
That's fair.
and Evan and their teams, and of course the great
Tiago, all these
Robert
guys.
Duffy,
Yeah.
Tiago.
Yeah.
I mean, we just have a monster team.
The brain
And
the collective brain is big. It is galaxy level for sure.
It is,
Yeah.
and so I gotta get some lists going.
Fair.
Axel, Bogdan, all of those, the incredible team we have. Many of them from Germany.
Yeah.
Who are with us now in Dallas, because you don't got nothing if you don't got good programmers.
That's
like
true.
a race car team, you got the designers and you got the engineers.
Right.
And,
true.
And,
You can have
So
finesse, you can have muscle, but if you don't have that big brain, what's it worth? How
that's
can you
right.
use it? How can you show it off? No, it's
So-
a really good point, though. It's like, with how nutty, like the art is nutty. Everybody can tell the art is nutty because you see it. But the reason you see it at like 7,000 frames a second is because of these guys and girls that are putting that crazy brain power of the math that you and I cannot comprehend, but to them comes second nature. And that is how
Are you
you're
good
seeing
at-
this.
I gotta be
Math?
honest.
Oh God, no, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's bad.
I'm not kidding.
It's bad.
My kids are in elementary school, and I'm already sweating bullets because like we reached. Yeah, dude. We reached the peak of my math skills very early.
You're like, did you check your work? Because you have to now. No, this is for your own sake. And you're like, I can't. I don't know what the hell.
Chat for
doing long division.
For those in chat that have kids, you get to relive so many amazing things, right, with your kids. It's amazing, and then you also get to relive some of the not so, some of the nightmares, like homework, and when they ask you to help them with it, and you're just like, oh my God, this is as painful as I remember it was.
You're like, well, did you do it? Did you feel good about it? Well, that's important. Keep that feeling. Let's talk about that.
Oh my God, I almost died.
Oh, chainsaw!
I did die.
It's okay. You have
So
an extra
weak.
life. You have an extra life. It's all right.
So weak.
Got to get this Baron off the board. And then I think you gotta. Do you have a Doom Hunter in? Again, I'm always thinking about the master level version.
I love remote detonate, dude. I'll use this thing in a closet. I love this thing.
Oh yeah, remote detonate is good times. And you can, because like you said, you can make sure that it explodes far enough away from you where you're like, I will not touch the splash damage. It's all good.
I like to shoot zombies with a ballista.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta flex on them. Be like, I know
Josh,
I could.
Did you see that, Josh? I bounced off him, hit him with the chat.
That's that.
Did chat see that?
Did chat? Did we get
Seriously.
confirmation that was
Chat,
seen?
did we get confirmation?
Did you guys see it? Did you guys use?
Can I get a little respect, chat?
Okay.
For Christ's sakes.
I'm seeing Art Vader, Mr. Dude, Root Boy, Jakey Pants, Moonfire. I saw one person say nope, so that is a troll. And we will remember that. We'll keep in that in the brain. Yeah.
Josh, do we have? I think we might have to start up Friday Night Fights after this, which we will, by the way.
Yeah.
But Friday Night Fights where I take on Cronid and conjugates with a controller. That's it.
I
could
would
do
love
it,
to see this. Okay. You heard it here first.
That's it. Don't ask how I'll win because I'll actually go into their accounts and nerf their characters. But I will. Listen, I'm allowed to do that stuff.
That's right. So Cronin and conjugates. First of all, practice up because you've heard the challenge. It's been the gauntlet has been laid.
With our game being this skill based bonanza of insanity, everybody knows that the place that you go.
No,
I don't have any friggin'. I don't have any gas. I'm so stupid.
Again, shout out to Ancient Gods Part 2, where it puts that pip in a customizable way towards the center of your screen, so you can always tell. Somebody asked that question earlier. If when I played, I thought about it or I recognized it, and it's one of those things that's perfect because it's unconscious. You just see it, and it's not out of the corner of your eye. It's in the center of your vision, but it doesn't take up any space. But you were about to say, sorry, but yes, it is good, and it is starting in Ancient Gods Part 2. It'll be in the entire game. That new, sweet, centered race car HUD. But you were saying.
Yes. I was saying.
As you were talking about challenging Cronin and conjugates.
Oh God.
And becoming the ultimate slayer of Friday Night Fights.
Yeah. So. All right. Let's get into the flow state. I'm out of the flow state. I gotta get back into it.
You gotta get you back in. You gotta get you in that Jordan space where you're just 23. You don't have to even think about what number you are.
I saw a critic who will remain nameless.
Okay.
And he. Yeah, he didn't like some of Doom Eternal, and he said that he's like, when you're in the flow state, it's really good, but when you fall out of it, it doesn't feel good. And I'm like, I don't think you've ever been in the flow state of Doom Eternal. Let's be honest.
Also, it's like if you get in the flow state, it's something that you can get in again because as you progress through the game, it becomes progressively easier because it's teaching you things and your arsenal is expanding.
Yes, and
making that space easier to get in.
Once you get into the flow state, there is that's the only place you want to be.
Exactly.
In the soft embrace of Doom Eternal's combat loop.
That's it. That's how we think of it all the time. It's that sweet soft embrace.
And then I have to say, Josh, would you say that the very best slayers are in
Australia? No, go ahead. Where are you?
Are in battle mode?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you really want to take your game to the next level, battle mode is tuned for the best slayers. We have to tune it that way because if we don't tune it that way, you guys don't want to see. It's been imbalanced a couple times.
Yep.
And when it's in balance, the best
rough.
Slayers never lose. I
Yeah.
mean, I even will have the best Slayers sending me emails like, look, dude, it's not like I'm not having fun.
But I don't think anyone else is.
yeah, they're like, and when you watch what they're doing,
Yeah.
you know, it's pretty tough, but
Right.
but you know, we feel like we've achieved the balance here. Not that we couldn't do better.
Yeah.
You know, we got some things we're
it's
working
an
on.
ever evolving process, of course. Of
Yeah,
like
but-
what balance is and how the
But
meta's
if
change.
you're looking for the next challenge beyond this,
Yeah.
and you consider yourself a real gamer,
Said with a burp, which is really the proper and only
Yes.
way to talk about being a real gamer, is
That's
with some
right.
some level of belch, either
Some
felt,
level of-
heard, or seen, or all. You know what I mean?
some level of flatulence. the is that go to Spicy Demons and say hi.
Yeah.
I think-
Discord.gg/spicydemons. Just
Go
get in
there
there.
and say hi.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm a good Slayer, and there's going to be some people there who'll be like, that's interesting.
Or they're like, that's
Let's,
really cool. Let's see it now. That's a cool
Let's see how good
idea.
you really are.
Yeah.
So I got little birdie told me shout out to Aziops. I don't think I'm saying
Oh,
his
yeah,
name
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Saying it well enough. We get it.
So is it true, Josh, that he is the Zan of console?
He might be. I mean, look, I mean, that's the beauty of Doom Eternal, and especially with battle mode, is like we have monsters. Everybody knows Zan because we've seen
Zan-
Friday Night Fights. We've seen week after week. We went through the gambit. We did the competition. Hey, Kyle, there's a bunch of monsters in there, but Zan was the dominant life form of PC. That's been established. Not to say that can't change, but he is at the top of the pyramid as of the Friday Night Fights, battle mode competitions that we did.
Is that still the case? Like, has anybody unseated Zan?
I don't know, chat.
Look,
Let's hear it. What do you guys think?
We're working on a good update, by the way, for battle mode. So
Yeah.
like, you know, we're going to be getting some more content out to you guys
For sure.
Competitive mode is very much underway and things like that. But so I understand if new Slayers haven't stepped in by now.
There's
But
some people saying it's them. I'm seeing a lot of love for Aziops, of course, on console. Some people are asking if Zan is the Doom Slayer. We can't confirm or deny that. We can just say that I'm seeing love for Bazooka Joey, of course.
When I watch Zan play, I think to myself, there's a young man who's almost as good as me. That's what I think. I think that I say, look at that, he's doing pretty good.
Well, this young man is on the right path. He's got the potential.
He's got the potential. He's
Sure.
not there yet. He's not slaying with the speed and grace of a Gen Xer.
Sure.
You just use rocket launchers in tight spaces, and you miss shots,
Yeah.
and you take too long to kill Doom Hunters. He's not that good.
You know where caution belongs?
What?
To the wind.
Missed
Ooh, he
it.
missed it. Hold on, that Doom Hunter's got
No.
something to say about this.
These kids are hacking my. It's a hack. They're hacking my computer.
Oh my God!
That's what's happening.
There's a DDoS inside of the rocket launcher. We've never seen this before. This is the first time ever on. Okay, there we go. Doom Hunter's out.
They have attachments on controllers. These kids today, they could do crazy things. So
These wild children and kids. What are
they're
you
trying
gonna
to
do?
make me look bad.
Doom hacker
But
initiated.
That's right. Okay,
All right, portal's open. What's gonna happen
chat.
between now and the portal?
It's not enough, chat. I need more.
How are we gonna do it? But
We
the arena
gotta-
was so satisfying.
Oh, it's a good arena.
It really is.
Brandon Souders, big shout out.
Huge shout out. Also, this was the level a lot of people first played, I think, at E3 and QuakeCon, wasn't it? Yeah. It was Marscore. So I remember, actually, the first memory I ever have of using the plasma microwave mod was in that arena you just fought, just stopping a Baron in his tracks. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna work. This microwave mod's gonna work.
Can we give a shout out to the art team for visuals in Doom Eternal? Crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I know.
Awesome stuff.
That could have just been like an open space, but somebody's like, can we get some like flame at different heights and beauty just kind of popping off here? Can we do that? And somebody said yes, and then they did it.
I am blown away by the skill of all of our player base. We're not even to say the single player players. Got to give a shout out to Midnight too. I mean, we call out our core also. I mean, Midnight is definitely good at the game.
Midnight's a beast.
He's legit.
Yeah. Oh, a little cutscene here. Okay. I'm sure Neto-kun has made a video about this. What might happen here?
Yes.
A little rip and tear. A little respect given.
He's looking tough. And he says, "Welcome home, Great Slayer. Little environmental storytelling."
Great Slayer.
Cool. I always thought it'd be cool that it's like that mix of sci-fi and fantasy, which you don't see a lot of. You see, obviously, you see some of it in Thor. Going all the way back to the movie Krull.
Which is a very
Krull. Good. Krull was good. Krull was a good mix of sci-fi and fantasy, and we learned the story here.
You doing Sentinel Prime? You just doing it? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. I thought we're doing that. Aren't we doing?
That's next week. That's next week. Oh, we're doing Sentinel Prime, and then we're doing Terrace Nevada, my friend.
All right, that's right. But
we got to stick to the script, stick to the schedule.
We got to stick to the schedule.
But no, you were talking about Krull, and that's another. Okay, as we explored Doom here, and we explored our fandom, our nerddom, our love for cinema and for games and for art and for life. Little known fact to some of you youngsters out there that don't have an X in your generation, Star Wars. Okay, George Lucas had Star Wars. They were basically they were testing if they could sell a blockbuster movie like Star Wars in the market. So Krull for that studio was the test to see if they could release something like Star Wars, and Krull did well enough that you have Star Wars. So for anybody who gives shit to Krull, remember, without Krull, you would have no Star Wars. And also Liam Neeson is in Krull, so just shout outs all around.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I don't know how it would hold up today. I haven't seen it in a while. There are a lot of our references.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, like I watched The Goonies recently.
Oh, love
it. Good movie. Didn't age like what I remember it as a kid.
You watch what you say about Goonies. No, go ahead.
I loved it, but I was definitely like, okay, like it's been a while. Did a lot of screaming, a lot of kids screaming, getting on my nerves.
A lot of adventure.
But so I don't know if Krull will hold up. I haven't watched it in a while. A movie that will hold up for you guys, you should go watch if you have not already, is Jeff Goldblum's The Fly. Directed by David Cronenberg. Go watch that movie. Awesome movie. And in the spirit of that, then go play Carrion, the amazing.
I love it.
2D action platformer, I guess you would call it.
That's a great 1-2 punch. And then if you happen to just not, if you've never seen John Carpenter's The Thing, just make it the perfect evening, the perfect weekend, the perfect whatever, and do 100%. The Fly, Carrion, and The Thing, and you'll just be like, I want to be in this spooky space forever.
I promise you all, this is all just done. That pure mastery that you just witnessed was on a base controller. I don't want to hear it. That this can't be done.
Yeah.
You don't want to make me put my paddles on, because then
you don't want to see
it'll
that.
Be
your eyes.
You don't want to see that.
Your eyes can't keep up. The DPS it's too high.
It's the boomer. I was going to say boomer juice will flow, but that sounds kind of disgusting. So
it sounds different than we intended, maybe. Yeah.
The awesomeness. You don't want to see it.
It's a lot of awesomeness.
I want to see
big boomer energy.
I want to see more. I want to see some videos. I want to see some streams. I want to see other people's awesome playthrough vids. So the thing that I can't do. Let's talk about what I can't do. Obviously, there's many things.
I didn't think there was anything, but yeah, okay, this is interesting.
With the controller, you can't. Well, I can't do multiple things at once. I can't obviously on a baseline. I can't jump, aim, and shoot at the same time.
Yeah.
I could do multiple things at once with the mouse and keyboard, which again is why Black Paddles. I would highly recommend it. Let me show you my setup on my PlayStation controller. Hold on a second.
All right. I love this. This is that raw, unexpected. He's already back.
So
love it.
So this is my PlayStation controller, and what I like to do is I like to have I have 2 stick extenders. One's that's like halfway. You could buy these. These are Control Freaks.
Yeah, I have those too. Those are great.
These are good. Let me snap that back on. Okay, and I like the aim stick to be extra long, and then I gotta say, man, Sony killed it on this. Really nice back paddle. I also have,
that back
this
paddle
is a
like
back,
didn't it not come out that long ago? It was like maybe like a year and a half ago or something. It wasn't like super long ago, but that was like the official Sony one that they released, right? That you could just like put on there.
I'm gonna get something else.
Do it. What's he gonna get, chat? What are you gonna see next? What's it gonna be? Let's see the predictions. Fly them in. Let's go. What do we got? Is it gonna be a signed Goonies? God, what's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Oh, what the hell is his name? Is it Richard Donner that directed Goonies? It is, right? Superman, Richard Donner.
So this is
ignore that.
What is it? Collective Minds Strike Pack, which what I didn't realize is that Strike Pack is also like you could put mods in this thing, or it comes with mods.
What is that? What am I looking at?
Which I don't use. So if you see me in a battle royale out there on the field, I'm not cheating. I don't know how to. I don't use this thing, but it attaches to your controller, and it's really nice. So you're able to simulate some, obviously, of what you could do with the
keyboard,
with the mouse and keyboard. But mostly, what do you think, Josh? I mean, as we break it down, it's target acquisition, point and click shooting. It's not easy. It's not a gimme.
No.
It actually, mouse and keyboard play is more complex. I mean, I think there's a tier there of complexity. I mean, you got to play that thing like an instrument.
100%.
But for those of you who can, of which there are many, most of our audience obviously is PC. I am super impressed. I love to see it. But I just want to hold it down for people who are controller players and be able to prove on the hardest setting that it's it's fun as anything. But I love seeing all of it. I'm not biased to anything, and I'm all right in the mouse and keyboard with Doom Eternal. I've started a nightmare run with mouse and keyboard, and then I've stopped and I've started again. I've stopped.
That's fair.
But
I did the same thing with controller too. So I
yeah.
Because you're just like, I want to see how that feels. And you're like, ooh, this is actually really nice. But then you like get kind of used to it, and you're like, wait, am I getting rusty on the other thing now? Let me switch back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do that all the time. For sure. All right, let's get we got to get some questions in because we are almost at that precious, delicate time where we sign off just for a week, just for the night. But before we do, I'm going to get some last questions in here. All right, this one's coming from Nantroll. Shout out to Nantroll. The question is, and this is written in all caps, so there's a lot of emphasis on all this, okay? Why can the Doomslayer breathe in Mars orbit? This is a lot of a specific question, but needs oxygen tanks underwater. Please explain to me how that works.
Because video games. There
it is.
So at one point, we were going to attempt to you gotta pick a tone of your universe, right?
Sure.
You go Flash Gordon, or Star Wars, right? So little fantasy, little stuff that doesn't 100% make sense. Dudes walking around in robes. Doesn't that shit get caught on the turbines? How do you get in? Why would you wear a giant kimono if you fly X-wings? It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Sure.
But but then and on the other side we have Interstellar, real hard science, science fiction
mixed in with love, which is arguably not science or not definable, but sure. Yeah, you got to kind of pick a lane somewhere, right?
But that their science fiction is justified, airlocks. Airlocks are a thing. Preparing to dock and all those things. Or Aliens, Ridley Scott's Aliens.
Sure.
Whereas in Star Wars, they're just zipping out of the atmosphere and nobody cares. And,
right.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
In the middle of space, you just pull up the thing. You're like, R2, are you doing okay back there? You're good. Yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and shut the hatch. Okay, we're good. Doesn't matter.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Apparently, you can hang out in space for 2 minutes.
Not a big deal.
You're just gonna.
It's just cold. It's a little cold. Yeah, you gotta hold your breath.
You get cold. That's
not a big
it.
deal.
I'm pretty sure you explode. I don't know what happens when you're in space, but I'm sure it's not that.
Hopefully, we never have to find out.
So we err on the side of comic book fiction. I mean, it's because not that I don't love that. I mean, I think it's awesome. It's just, do you want us to spend time with that? I think it's just the tone of that is different. I want to get to what we just did. I want to be out there. I want to be skipping around and blowing stuff up and seeing cool things. There's a giant mech in space and all this stuff, and we can't. It's not that you can't do this. It's just a different type of game that I still think would be really cool. Just not necessarily it. When you have something in your game like the chainsaw, and it's an iconic weapon, and you have to take the chainsaw and justify that in your world,
Right.
or you have a character named the Pinky or the Mancubus, the stakes are in the ground, dude, and they are on the side of comic book fiction. Like
for sure.
It is fanciful sci-fi.
Yeah.
It is not hard sci-fi.
Right.
So that's ultimately why we do that stuff, is because I think our brand dictates that we are much more cartoonish with things, because again, we have pinkies and mancubuses and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
So airlocks, we're very wishy-washy with gravity and airlocks.
That's fair. And then when you need it underwater, it's a video game. So you know what? You can't just be under there forever. It's got to be some tension there. You can't just be floating around having fun. Only you got to be doing it with a little bit of something to lose. Okay, next question. This is a question for both of you, and the both of you part is in capitals. I like to emphasize the capitals, which there are a lot of in these questions. Are you guys going to talk about again, back to capitals, new weapon? Since you guys said 2 weeks ago on Mars Core, you will be talking about how it works, etc. Of course, by new weapon, we're talking about the Ancient Gods Part 2, the upcoming
So
DLC.
We will not, because Josh and I have probably squeezed every last hint out of this outside of just telling you what it is. But Josh and I made a list.
We did. Should we get into...
Should we do it? Let's hit it. So reveal. Should we have a drum roll? Reveals. We're gonna do a reveals of every week. Josh and I have agreed to break off a little piece of DLC 2 to reveal it on this, which is not even a stream anymore. I think it's just a podcast, but it's a live podcast. True. So
welcome.
Go ahead, Josh.
All right.
You could start whichever one you want.
This is we were talking a lot about controllers and keyboards, so this is real deep in the woods of the minutia for especially all the controller players out there, but this also applies to keyboard and mouse players. So shout out to keyboard and mouse players if you use the quick switch button still, which again is on the regular bind on keyboard is Q. I think it's it's R1, right? On controller?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many of you have run into the issue when you're either using a controller or a keyboard and mouse, when you hit that input, which again would pop up the weapon wheel if you hold it, but it's supposed to just kind of quick switch back and forth? How many of you have run into the problem where it basically doesn't do exactly what you want it to do when you want to make that difference to say, I want to use it just for last weapon use and switch back and forth? Because on controller, it is the only way to quick switch, unless you're insane like some of the guys I've seen that are slayers in battle mode that can legit, they just have the place in the weapon wheel so tuned in to the left stick and that thing to be so fast. But in general, I've seen a lot of people, we've all experienced it, you have that input problem where you go, crap, I didn't mean to switch weapons here. I just wanted to do the last weapon thing. Well, here's the news of that long-winded story to get to this one new point that's coming in the Ancient Gods Part 2. There is a new option in the controls menu, which is called Weapon Wheel Open Delay. And so the beauty of this is it's a slider like everything that we have in a lot of the things that we have in the UI and in the controls, where you can basically set how long, I think it's in milliseconds, sorry, that you want that to be. So you can tune it in so that you never make that wrong input when you hit it and you go, damn it, I didn't want it to bring up the weapon wheel. I didn't want to switch things. I just wanted to use last weapon. Or the opposite, where you go, I want it to be that when I pop that thing, it goes into the weapon wheel faster. I don't have to hold it as long. So that is a brand new, I'm seeing people in chat pop off. It's great news. Huge victory. Yes, let's go. Finally interesting. OMG, yes. Oh, yes. So that is the nugget for this week, which applies to everybody, but especially I think a lot of controller players that have had that issue. We've seen that. You guys have given us that feedback as always. You guys are gracious with giving us all your best ideas for how to make your slaying experience or your demon experience in battle mode that much snappier and more fun. So that's the little teaser for this week, Hugo. It's a pretty good one.
And I know it's something you guys have asked for. Do we give him one more, the second one on the list, or no?
Oh, I don't know. Should we?
Let's do it.
Okay. Are we doing what I think we're doing? Are we doing the
S begins with an S?
Okie dokie. Oh, we are doing it. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So everybody, first of all, thank you for joining us. This is Hugo Martin's director gameplay of Doom Eternal, the campaign, but we now are talking about, we are in the other realm. We are in the next world after this. It's past the campaign. It's past the Ancient Gods Part 1. We're now in Ancient Gods Part 2, the upcoming DLC, and now we're going to talk about a new Drum roll. I'm seeing drums.
That's right.
Enemy. We're talking about a new enemy. Okay.
Yes.
Do you guys want to hear about a new enemy? Are we doing that? Is that what we're doing? Because I
think we need to. I
Okay.
think we need to discuss it.
Okay. Should I just say the name to set it up, and then you kind of just take it away from there, and then we can go back and forth a bit on the situation?
Do it.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm pulling the mic up so you can see it. The Screecher. I was going to try to do a noise with that, but it just wasn't going to be pleasant. So I just said it as the name. It's the Screecher. Let's talk about the Screecher.
Yeah. So actually, the way the conversation started was we have AI as chess pieces. Who you're there, right, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
We're still
AI as chess pieces.
He's like, did you cut the stream off because we were supposed to talk about the Screecher?
I was like, they used in the right amount. They encourage the player to do different things, ask them to think about combat differently. I mean, you see in the base game that I am in a rhythm, and then the Marauder shows up and he changes that rhythm. He dictates the pace. The
100%.
Maker drones, they dictate the pace. Like they ask a little bit more of me. They ask me to do something a little bit different. And that's a welcome change, because deleting enemies with a basic weapon switch is fun, but and moving but you do need something more. Mm-hmm. Again, that's all we want to do is give you a challenge that's worth your time to master, because that's what skill-based gaming is about. So during the conversation, James Duggan, one of our new designers, who's a real up and comer, I'm very proud of James.
Duggan.
He said it'd be really interesting to have an AI type that you didn't want to kill, like someone that you wanted to leave on the chessboard, which I just immediately thought that was awesome. Brought it to the team. We got into a little bit of a discussion about it along with James, and came up with the concept of an AI that if you burst it, it would let out an AoE blast that would buff all the AI around it. So it's basically a slow moving hell zombie. He very, very clearly marked, mm-hmm. very bright, and you'll notice it right away. And as it shambles, they play almost like a roving buff pod that you ignite if you happen to accidentally kill it. So you'll have encounters where there's like 3 of them placed out in this space. We use them a lot in incidental encounters because mm-hmm. it's really fun to like ask you to solve these. I think our these incidental encounters are the spaces between the arenas, mm-hmm. are getting better and better and better. For sure. So you put you in this space, have like 3 of them around, and then say, here, deal with a bunch of Spectre Whiplashes. And you're like, dude, I'm going to, or hey, here's some shield, here's some pinkies.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, I'm totally going to blood punch him. And you can't, because if you blood punch him, the AoE blast will trigger the Screechers, and you're screwed. So it forces you to solve problems differently. And used in the right amount is a fantastic change of pace. Really just some interesting combat puzzles for you guys to solve. Force you to dig into your bin of tools. Think, how could I use this? Ice bomb this guy, swing around that thing, precision weapons, avoid AoE blasts, mm-hmm. all kinds of good stuff. It's a fantastic AI. I really think the job that the animators, the artists, the designers, everybody has done is tremendous. And I think the gameplay designers did a fantastic job setting up these are the chess pieces, but ultimately, the gameplay guys, they have to craft these encounters. They have to figure mm-hmm. out the most optimal. It's a really, really important job it did, gameplay and combat design, how to set these chess pieces in place in different combinations and different ways to challenge players. So I think you're going to freak out. It's really fun. It's
especially because I was going to say,
stops you in your tracks. You're really totally. Damn, what do I do?
Yeah, and it's one of those things where like, not only can it change an encounter at any point during an encounter, but it's also like, I know there's a lot of you out there, and for good reason. You guys are equipment fiends. You use those frag grenades, both of them, all the time, as you should, because they're great tools in the tool shed, as well as the ice bomb. But not anymore. You can't just willy-nilly fire it off frag grenades, because they will absolutely trigger the Screechers, and when they do, oh boy, yeah, now you have a totem that's activated. And everybody's buff in that area, so it's going to change.
We have an encounter where we have a Screecher, mm-hmm. 3 Screechers and two Marauders, mm-hmm. and it's on a big platform. And dude, you're like, because now you're winging shots with that super shotgun, but dude, if you wing that shot and clip that thing, you're buffing 2 Marauders.
Yeah.
So like it is awesome. Like
Yeah.
it is an awesome encounter. And what you do is you got to think, just create space, find the right spot. They're slow moving. Use your brains. Like I mean, we which is what we all want to do, right? We want
Totally.
to think when we play games.
Yeah, we want to just be like dead to the world. We want to be like constantly engaged.
We will give you ways to solve the problem. We'll
Yeah.
give you tools. We'll give you monkey bars. We'll give you all kinds of things. But that's just one of many. Josh and I will go down the list. Got to work with marketing on this to make sure what do they want to save for the bigger stuff, and what can we use in here. But we want to make these last couple of shows really cool for you guys and be able to reveal just a little bit more of DLC 2 coming up to the big reveals that you'll see soon, which is awesome.
Big time. And speaking of which, we took off last week, but that means that we are the schedule is the same as far as dates. I'll show it in a minute when we're done the stream, but essentially we just combined, instead of splitting up Sentinel Prime, which we're on right now, and Terrace Nabad, we've combined them. So next week we're going to do both Sentinel Prime and Terrace Nabad, which means you are going to see the gladiator fight. You're going to see all the crazy lore stuff in there, and then you're going to see Terrace Nabad, which is it's tough, man. At one point, it was my favorite level, and I only say that because it's not like the level got worse. It's an amazing level, but there's so many good choices. But Terrace Nabad is one of those ones where, like, that first Marauder fight is just, it's such a good test of metal at the point in the game that you're at. It's just like, it just throws it at you on that first bridge after like a couple, like a Cacodemon, Cybermanky or whatever it is there. And it just starts the level with such a good tone. And man, that is.
Oh, it's awesome.
I love
Terrace Nabad.
We're getting in there. We're getting in there. But okay.
It's very fun.
It's very, very fun. So first of all, everybody that's been here, we love you guys. We thank you guys. Thank you for being here with us, spending this time with us as always. I know you guys are coming from all different regions and times because you guys text me about it on Discord and you're like, it was 3 a.m. right now, but that was a pretty good stream. And I'm like, damn, go to bed. Thank you for being here with us, but go to bed. And again, we love all you guys. Thank you for being a part of the stream and the Slayers Club, slayersclub.com, discord.gg, Doom for all things Doom, discord.gg / Spicy Demons for all things battle mode. But final thoughts on this week, Hugo. What are you thinking?
Really closing out DLC 2, working hard, working on the balance, getting that dialed in just right. A little bit of time left to do that, not much. And then gotta stop buying slot cars and gotta finish painting my Warhammer shit. And then
goals.
Then just gaming. Probably gonna play some how do you say it? Valheim?
I think you're doing Valheim. I think you just
Valiant?
said Valiant, but that's a different game. We can just play the Viking game on. Yeah, totally. No, I mean, it's a great, like you said, it's a great time I know it's a crazy time in the world and it's a crazy time for a lot of people going through a lot of things, but for those of us that have the luxury to be at home and still work, or even that we have to go and leave home and come back, hopefully you have enough time to get through some of that backlog or even all that new stuff. There's just so many good games to play right now. You know what I mean?
And absolutely, and to be able to hang out with your friends and go in the Discords and hang out with everybody and just have a good time. That's what it's all about.
And honestly, right now, this is why we do this.
That's it.
Because we just get to have fun.
Yeah. And I look forward to seeing all you guys out there playing. I love watching and what else you're playing. Because it's I like it. I like that this stream is just a celebration of pop culture and video games. It's fun. That's what I'd rather do. So
yeah, amen.
But another good week in the bag. Let us know what you want to see more of, less of, anything you want, and we'll try to give it to you guys. But I'm excited to share a lot of the stuff with you guys. I think you guys deserve it. You've stuck with us for so long now. It's kind of incredible when you think about it that the game has been out for almost a year now.
Yeah,
and
it's insane.
The community is still thriving. It's crazy. It's a single player game. Yes, and we have battle mode, but it's primarily a single player game, and it's just been amazing seeing everybody kind of come along with the game. So I love watching you guys too. I see it all the time on social media. People like, man, at first couple levels, man, I'm trying to get the hang of this. And then, the white belts of today or the black belts of tomorrow, the people who are just putting on a show. I got to see this AZ Ops guy. I haven't seen him play yet.
Oh man.
I want to see, I'm sure Yeah. I'm sure he's a monster. So we'll check it out.
Hell yeah.
But it's been fun as always.
Yep. Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to be right back here next week and for the next bunch of weeks because we are beating this game that this guy right here happened to be the game director on. That's Doom Eternal, the base game. And when we are done, not only will he have gone through this whole experience with us, but we might be pretty close to Ancient Gods Part 2. We're not talking about release dates or any of that stuff yet, but we are going to give you some breadcrumbs and some goodies, some goodies between now and then to chew on to get you ready and to get you hyped. So thank you guys again. We love you guys. We will see you next week. See you later. Thanks, Hugo.
Thank you.
Later, guys.
Later.
If I can find the button and wait for it, thanks for watching. New schedule now.